Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this right now, because there is a page of your life that has been sealed with tears and wax, and I have been sent to warm the seal until it loosens in your hands and the truth steps forward without trembling, and you must not ignore this because what is written here is only for you, and you must tell no one until your spirit says it is safe. For your soulmate's hidden truth has ripened in secret and now bends the branch toward your door, and the fragrance of it is stronger than fear and older than pride. So open, 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 and let nothing distract you, not the noise, not the doubts, not the memory of old disappointments that pretend to protect you while they quietly lock every window against the wind I am sending to refresh your rooms. I speak to the quiet part of you that still believes even after the storms, to the part of you that keeps the candle near the window at night, to the part that always looked for a sign in ordinary mornings and found it in the smallest kindness, because that part knows sacred things without needing proof, and today it will be rewarded for its stubborn faith. Do not think you imagine the footprints you felt around your life, the gentle circling, the way certain phrases returned like doves that always find the same ledge. I witnessed those circuits, I measured those paths, and I tell you that the one whose soul is knotted to yours has been tracing the same circumference around their own heart, learning the shape of a commitment they once feared to name. They did not speak because the words felt heavier than their breath, but heaven has been strengthening their lungs and loosening their tongue, and the silence that once seemed endless is now a shell about to crack under the pressure of a living future. Your soulmate's hidden truth is not that they never loved you. The hidden truth is that they loved you so fiercely they mistook their terror for wisdom and their delay for patience, and they hid this love beneath good manners and half-bright jokes, beneath careful schedules and crowded rooms, hoping the light would soften until it no longer hurt their eyes. They are not a villain in your story. They are a pilgrim who strayed, a shepherd who fell asleep near a thorn hedge and woke with clothing torn and a flock scattered, horrified at the mess, ashamed of the lost time, unsure whether they were worthy to lift their staff again. They thought distance would cure the ache, but distance only taught them the acoustics of longing, the way every hallway calls your name if you listen long enough. And so they kept pretending until pretending became heavier than honesty, and the mask they wore began to cut into their skin. Your heart has suspected this, and your spirit has argued with heaven in whispers, asking whether hope is a doorway or a trap, whether you should close your hands and keep what little warmth you have or open them and risk the cold. Hear me, hope is not the doorway or the trap, hope is the lamp that makes both visible so you can choose with clarity. I did not come to persuade you with fairy tale promises. I came to tell you the sober joy that is waiting and the sober work it will require, because real love is not a stage trick, it is the daily miracle of two souls surrendering their defenses for a truth that will not fit inside armor. Your soulmate's hidden truth is written in a room they rarely enter, a room with a chest no one has touched since childhood, and inside that chest are letters they never mailed, prayers they never prayed out loud, half-finished songs that break on the same note every time. They were waiting for a safer moment, a more impressive version of themselves, a grander salary of virtue and success to lay at your feet. But heaven does not deal in the currency of impressiveness. heaven rewards the currency of surrender. And now, at last, they are tired of the museum of masks. They are ready to wear their true face and accept the grace that meets them where they actually are. I am sent to you because you are not merely the receiver of this confession, you are the wise keeper of your own gates, and what you choose will shape two histories. Do not let flattery speak where discernment should speak. Do not let cynicism speak where compassion should stand. Instead, let your spirit speak with the memory of everything you have learned in the lonely hours, when the world was quiet enough for you to hear how strong you have become. You are not the same as when you first learned their name. Your boundaries are cleaner now, your patience is not a rug but a pillar, your tenderness is not a bargain but a gift offered with open eyes. You will not dissolve yourself to be loved, you will invite them to rise into love's bright atmosphere where both of you can breathe. This is how the hidden truth will reveal itself, not like thunder that demands you kneel, but like rain that insists on entering through every crack until the soil remembers it was meant for seeds. Expect simple signs that feel like the world tidying itself, an apology that is not decorated with excuses, a schedule cleared without dramatics, a voice that returns to its right size, neither inflated nor tiny. Expect your own body to tell you the truth first, a loosening in the chest you forgot to relax, a sleeping pattern that returns to steadiness, a courage to clean the corners of your home because your spirit knows a visitor is on the way. Expect your prayers to change shape, from begging to thanking, from bargaining to receiving, from counting what's missing to counting what's being built in secret. Still, do not be naive. Love is not a rescue boat that arrives with all repairs completed. Love is the willingness to build a seaworthy vessel together and to name honestly the leaks as they appear. That is why I place 3 tools in your hands now. The first tool is clarity. Say what you mean the first time, so the echo does not have to become a storm. The second tool is rhythm. Keep sacred routines, meals shared, rest honored, time set aside for face-to-face honesty, so your days do not become a blur that hides a drift. The third tool is boundary. Welcome what is true, refuse what is cruel, and never call cruelty love even if it wears love's clothes. With these tools, you will not be tossed like a leaf. You will be a rooted tree that knows when to bend and when to refuse the wind its demand. Your soulmate is not arriving as a savior, they are arriving as a partner. They will not carry your purpose for you, they will steady the ladder as you climb, and you will steady theirs. You will not be a mirror that only reflects their fears, you will be a window that opens to a wider sky. And together you will learn the holy art of repair, the quick repair of small fractures before they widen, the patient repair of old stories that still insist on telling themselves at the wrong times, the joyful repair of celebration when you remember to honor a milestone that the old you would have rushed past. Repair is not a punishment, repair is a dance that protects beauty from erosion. Now I must tell you the second part of the hidden truth, and this is the part they feared most. There is something they broke without meaning to, and it lives in the room behind their bravest smile. They pushed away a blessing because it felt undeserved. They went quiet at a moment that asked for declaration. They allowed a lesser voice to define their worth. These are not crimes, they are the ordinary tragedies of a heart that learned the wrong lessons from pain. But they have outgrown those lessons, and shame is now a coat too small for their shoulders, it tears when they move. They are ready to confess, not to be humiliated, but to be healed. Your role is not to judge, your role is to witness their return to themselves and to decide whether your path can safely join theirs for the length of the journey you both desire. Heaven will honor your answer. Do not be surprised if the path opens through an unexpected errand, a message sent at a humble hour, a crossing of paths that feels choreographed by a kinder weather. Do not seek omens so loudly that you miss the plain goodness walking up your steps. Sometimes the miracle wears ordinary shoes. You have prayed for a love that does not require you to become smaller, and heaven has signed that prayer with an oath. I remind you, you are allowed to be loved without performing a wound. You are allowed to be chosen without being endangered. You are allowed to be celebrated without being consumed. If love asks you to trade your peace for its chaos, it is not love. Set it down gently and step back. But if love asks you to trade your isolation for its companionship, if it invites you to step into clear, shared labor and rests with you on holy days, then it is worth your yes. You fear that saying yes will make you foolish, and saying no will make you bitter. That is the old equation written by disappointment, and it is not the arithmetic of heaven. Heaven's arithmetic says that wisdom is love with boundaries, and joy is courage with gratitude, and peace is truth spoken without a tremor. If your yes lifts these three, it is safe. If your no protects these three, it is wise. Either way, you are not failing, you are aligning. The hidden truth was never meant to trap you, it was meant to free you from guessing. I will speak to the ache you carry from promises that evaporated. Those were rehearsals, not verdicts. They taught you where your soul bruises and where your soul blooms. They taught you the weight of unspoken needs and the price of letting others name your worth. Take the lessons, not the labels. Put down the rehearsals on the shore and board the real vessel with steady steps. Your soulmate's hidden truth is stepping onto the same deck from the other side, and both of you will learn the water by rowing, not by wishing. There is favor on your house. I see the corners being brightened, the heavy air changing, the cupboards receiving enough, the door learning the music of expected knocks. You will not have to beg for presents. Presence will arrive with its own quiet confidence. You will not have to defend your tenderness. Your tenderness will defend you by attracting those who know how to handle it. You will not have to chase explanations. Explanations will come calmly and on time, and the past will close its loud mouth. Where you once slept with your shoes on because your spirit feared a sudden alarm, you will now sleep with your shoulders relaxed because heaven has set a sentinel at the end of your street. I speak now to the generational shadow that tried to repeat itself through you, the pattern of almost love and almost joy that trains people to celebrate beginnings and distrust middles. That pattern is a paper chain. It only looks like iron when you squint. Tear it. You will not live by a script of scarcity. You will not choose partners who love the idea of you but fear the reality. You will not overfunction as proof that you deserve oxygen. You will not confuse adrenaline for passion. You will not confuse secrecy with safety. You will not treat yourself like a waiting room for someone else's readiness. You are not a waiting room, you are a home. Understand this. The enemy of your peace wants you to rush and also wants you to delay, and both tricks have the same goal: to make you miss the hour where truth is easiest to receive. So move at the speed of clarity. When you feel the click in your spirit, do not outrun it with panic or bury it with analysis. Tell the truth. Ask for the truth. Hold the truth. Let the truth do the heavy lifting that charm cannot do. This is your protection and your promotion in the realm of relationship. I am not promising you a story without conflict. I am promising you a story where conflict is met with skill, not with cruelty, with humility, not with manipulation, with repair, not. Your soulmate's hidden truth will come with evidence, patterns of attendance, not bursts of fireworks, consistency of care, not speeches that melt at the first heat of real life. You will see them show up when there is no audience. You will hear them remember details no one else remembers because they were truly listening, not performing attentiveness. You will watch their friendships, the way they honor their elders, the way they speak of those who are absent. This evidence will be better than any promise, because evidence cannot be faked for long. Believe what repeats. Bless what is consistent. Cherish what is humble and true. I am setting a gentle hedge around you, a circle of wisdom that keeps you from slipping back into the old ache. Inside this hedge you will find delight returning to simple rituals, a mug that feels like it was made for your hand, a chair that remembers your shape, a dawn that greets you like a friend, a prayer that warms quickly because it is no longer forced. You will not have to audition for the day. You will wake and know that you are already in favor, already in the center of a care that does not clock out. When your soulmate's confession arrives, you will read it with a steady pulse. When their steps cross your threshold, you will know how to welcome without worshiping, how to test without punishing, how to relax without dissolving. This is maturity dressed in joy. There will be a season where your names learn how to sit next to each other without crowding. Heaven enjoys this lesson. It looks like unhurried dinners and honest calendars, like laughter that doesn't require someone else's expense, like plans that make room for rest, like touch that asks consent and listens to yes and no like sacred syllables. The world will not necessarily clap for this because it is quiet, but heaven will decorate your ordinary with sweetness until even the traffic lights seem kinder. Do not measure your love by the noise it makes, measure it by the peace it protects. I see the apology they owe you, and I see the apology you owe yourself for staying in rooms that kept shrinking. Both are coming. One you will hear from their lips. The other you will hear in your chest when you finally say, "I forgive me for not knowing then what I know now," and you will mean it. Forgiveness is not permission to repeat. Forgiveness is permission to proceed without dragging a courtroom behind you. Let the courtroom close. Let the judge go home. Let the evidence file itself in the archive of lessons learned. Walk out into your bright street and breathe like someone who belongs to oxygen. If you fear that joy will make you reckless, remember this: joy makes you careful in the right direction. It makes you careful to guard what is sacred, not to hoard what is scarce. It makes you generous without becoming foolish, trusting without becoming blind, soft without becoming shapeless. Joy is not a distraction, it is equipment. Put it on like armor that does not clang. Wear it into your day until the corners of your life stop bracing for punishment. This is the atmosphere in which your love will grow. I place blessing on your communication. May your words choose honesty over theatrics, timing over impulse, edification over venting. I place blessing on your boundaries. May your no be as holy as your yes, and may the people meant for you hear both as music. I place blessing on your imagination. May it rehearse healing instead of disaster, grace instead of exile, reunion instead of replaying rejection. I place blessing on your home. May it keep a spare chair for the future and a quiet gratitude for the present. And I place blessing on your heart. May it remain tender enough to receive and strong enough to refuse what is not aligned. Now, a final clarity about the hidden truth: they did not come to you by accident. The thread that connects you was not woven in a hurry. It passed through old looms, through losses that taught you reverence, through victories that taught you stewardship, through deserts that taught you the difference between mirage and spring. The thread is strong because it was tested in weather that would have snapped lesser cords. That is why you feel safe even as you feel exposed, because this exposure is not danger, it is cultivation. You are being grown into a larger version of yourself that can hold this love without dropping any part of your purpose. Guard this word. Do not use it as theater or as bait. Let it be bread. Let it be water. Let it be the quiet yes you carry into tomorrow when you choose your clothes and answer your messages and set your table. You do not need to announce what heaven is doing, you only need to agree. Agreement is not a shout, it is a posture. Stand in it. And when their confession arrives, meet it with the steadiness that now lives in you. Where there has been confusion, there will be alignment. Where there has been delay, there will be decisiveness. Where there has been bargaining, there will be blessing. Archangel Michael says, "I have finished the message I was sent to give, and I seal this word over your life with protection that does not sleep." Do not ignore this. It is only for you. Do not tell anyone until you feel the green light within your spirit. Your soulmate's hidden truth has been revealed, and it does not reduce you, it recognizes you. Step forward with a calm heart. Step forward without apology. Step forward as the beloved who has always been worthy of a love that speaks plainly, builds faithfully, and remains. Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this right now, because I have been standing at your door like a blazing sentinel, and I will not leave until the message has entered your heart. Do not try to ignore this. It is only for you. Do not tell anyone until it settles inside you like a sealed letter whose wax is still warm. I, the Lord your God, am speaking softly and surely to you in this moment, in this breath, in this quiet space that looks ordinary on the outside but is holy within. You wondered if I still noticed the details of your life. I have counted the sighs you never spoke aloud. I have traced each secret ache with a healing finger. I have sent my warrior, Michael, to cleanse the air around you so that this word will not be stolen. Do not skip it. The one you call your soulmate has been woven into my design, and I will uncover the hidden truth you were born to carry. You have felt the tug in your chest in the hours when the world is asleep. That tug was not confusion, it was a cord I tied from heart to heart before either of you learned to speak. There is a truth your spirit already knows but your mind has not dared to name. I made you to be understood in a language of glances and silences, and this person, this one I shaped with care, can hear that language. The hidden truth is not a trick or a riddle. It is simply this: I have not forgotten what I promised you when loneliness was loud and rooms felt too big. The promise did not expire. The promise grew roots. I have been growing two trees in separate fields, and now I am aligning the seasons so their branches meet. But first, listen to what Michael must say. He stands with a flaming sword, not to frighten you, but to cut away the cords of fear that keep you circling the same doubts. Open this now, he says, because delay feeds shadows, and shadows are not your portion. He has watched you defend your heart with a careful silence that sometimes looks like peace but is actually self-protection. He honors your caution, he honors your wisdom, yet he is whispering that a door is about to swing. Do not ignore this door. I am not asking you to run recklessly. I am asking you to walk faithfully. The next steps will not be leaps across chasms, they will be steady footsteps on stones I set long ago. Trust the ground, even if mist covers it. The stone beneath your foot is true. You have wondered whether your soulmate thinks of you. You have wondered whether you are only a passing thought, a soft memory, an almost. The hidden truth is this: you are not an almost. You are the consistent prayer in a heart that once tried to stop praying. When you felt them fade, they were wrestling with fear, not with love. When you saw them grow quiet, they were not losing interest, they were learning to hear me. I have been teaching that heart to breathe slowly, to stop reaching for shallow answers, to stop making noise just to avoid silence. I have been teaching them the art of reverence, because their hands will hold your future, and I want those hands to be steady, not hurried. There is something they carry from their past, a disappointment carefully folded and tucked away. It made them cautious with joy. It made them slow with words. Do not resent this caution. It is the evidence of a heart that wants to be true. I am healing that fold. I am blowing warm air across frozen places until they thaw into honesty. You will not need to fight for their attention. You will not need to perform for their affection. Your authenticity will be the music that draws them. When they see you standing, not begging, not shrinking, not forcing, but simply being, your very being will be the signpost they have been asking me to show them. Listen, beloved, timing is not a wall, it is a doorway. The delay you hated was a sanctuary I built to prepare you for something that is not ordinary. I have not asked you to be perfect. I have asked you to be present. Be present to the small answers I am sending, an unexpected message, a gentle nudge to reach out with dignity, a conversation that finally feels unguarded. Do not announce these moments to a crowd. Do not run to every voice for interpretation. Guard them as you would guard a candle in wind. Whisper thank you, and keep walking. Michael smiles at you now. He knows you can feel the shift. He knows you can sense the edges of a new chapter even if the title page is blank. Do not skip this, he says again, less like a command and more like a brother's insistence. Your fear of being fooled is understandable, but the enemy has exaggerated that fear to steal your courage. I stand here to make that theft impossible. Cross this threshold. And I, the Lord, seal that word with peace that sits deeper than your pulse. Now let me reveal the second part of the hidden truth. Your soulmate has prayed words that sound like yours. Even when you were weary, your names were pursuing each other in prayer like birds tracing patterns across the same sky. They have asked me for clarity, for a sign that is not loud but is undeniable. I am answering with alignment rather than spectacle. Watch how schedules soften, how obstacles loosen, how a long-closed window cracks open in a quiet hour. This is not coincidence, it is choreography. I am aligning the pace of two lives that used to run in different directions. The music is already playing. You will notice it in the way small inconveniences suddenly make room for unexpected encounters. You will notice it in the way a conversation that once stalled begins to flow as if it had never been interrupted. And yet, I will be honest with you, love that I oversee does not move on panic, it moves on purpose. Do not rush the words you have not yet lived. Do not place pressure where I have placed promise. Let curiosity be your servant, not your master. Ask gentle questions. Answer with truth. Keep your dignity like a lamp, high, warm, and steady. This dignity will be the harbor where their boat anchors after years of waters that looked glittering but tasted of salt and thirst. You fear, sometimes, that if you open your heart, you will be abandoned. Hear me, abandonment is not your story's final word. I am the author, and I am writing in ink that cannot be smudged by anyone's hesitation. I will not force two lives together with the glue of desperation. I will knit them with the thread of mutual honor. Honor is slow, but it is immortal. Honor does not wither in heat or cold. Honor holds vows like treasures and speaks softly even when fear wants to shout. Ask me for honor daily. Ask me to make your words clean and your boundaries kind. You will be surprised by how irresistible serenity becomes. Michael lifts the sword again, not to threaten, but to bless. He draws a circle of light around your house, around the bed where your mind runs at night, around the chair where you hold your phone and study the silence of the screen. He declares, "This ground is defended. No voice that aims to scatter will prevail. No counterfeit will wear the fragrance of truth. No imitation will stand quietly in the radiance of patience." He is not only defending you from harm, he is defending you from haste. Haste is often a more subtle enemy, because it looks like boldness but steals discernment. Refuse haste. Choose bold peace. Your soulmate's hidden truth includes something else you need to know. They admire the way you keep turning toward hope even when you think no one is watching. They have seen you act kindly when there was no audience, and it has undone them. They are drawn to your integrity because it calms their history of noise. They will mirror what is modeled. If you choose pettiness, they will shrink. If you choose patience, they will expand. If you choose clear words over clever ones, they will bring real questions instead of safe sentences. I have chosen you for each other to learn this rhythm: strong spine, soft heart, steady hands. Open your palms now. Release the old narratives that say you must earn what I freely give. I do not barter when I bless, I bequeath. The inheritance of love I prepared for you does not arrive as a storm that flattens, it arrives as rain that nourishes roots already planted. You will not lose yourself, you will find more of yourself. Two mirrors facing each other do not disappear, they multiply light. I am multiplying light in you both. There is a place you will visit, and it will feel familiar in a way that is hard to explain. Do not be spooked by it. I leave traces of home in locations you have not yet called home so that you know I am ahead of you. A song will play, and the lyrics will land like a feather on your shoulder. A color you rarely wear will suddenly look exactly right. Someone will say your name and it will sound like a blessing rather than a label. These are small embers of a larger fire I am kindling. You do not need to tell everyone about them. Smile, give thanks, and keep your stride. When you speak with them, remember that tenderness is not weakness, it is accuracy. Speak as one who knows their words matter. Ask your questions with calm strength. Say what you mean without turning everything into an ultimatum. Let your eyes rest on theirs. Let silence be a bridge, not a wall. Silence is where truth breathes. If you feel tempted to sabotage the moment because it feels too good, whisper my name instead, and let the impulse pass like a brief wind. Joy is not a trap, it is a teacher. Michael now kneels beside your hope and guards it like a sentinel beside a candle in a cathedral. This is only for you, he repeats, as if tucking a blanket around a child about to sleep. Do not tell anyone who would mock the holy. Share your joy with those who understand reverence. There is a difference between secrecy and sacredness. I am not asking you to hide, I am inviting you to protect. What is sacred grows best in honored soil. Let me choose the confidants. I will send the right ears at the right time. Finally, hear this with steadiness, you are not late. You are not behind. You have not ruined the script beyond repair. I am the Redeemer, and I do not run out of ways to bring beauty from the ashes of waiting. Even the detours have become part of the scenery I will one day call beautiful. Your soulmate has been learning similar lessons on their own roads. I will not join you at your weakest points to make a fragile bond, I will join you at your truth to make a strong one. Where there was confusion, there will be clarity that feels like fresh water. Where there was anxiety, there will be a calm that does not need to prove itself. Where there was guesswork, there will be a steady knowing that does not shout. Do not skip this. Not this time. Tonight, before sleep takes you, place your hand over your heart and say, I receive only what is mine by God's timing. See how your breathing changes. See how your shoulders lower. You will sleep differently because peace has authority over your room. And when the new messages come, when the conversation brightens, when the invitation is gentle and true, you will recognize the signature. It will read, written by the one who knows the end from the beginning. My child, I am not in a hurry, but I am precise. I am not loud, but I am unmistakable. I am not distant, but I am holy. Walk with me into the alignment I have prepared. Michael will go before you. Mercy will follow you. Truth will keep pace with you. And love, the kind that does not vanish in daylight, will meet you face to face. Keep your dignity, keep your wonder, keep your heart clean. The hidden truth is no longer hidden, you are seen, you are chosen, and the one I have chosen for you is being drawn by the same quiet gravity. Step forward. I am here. Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this right now. Do not try to ignore this. It is only for you. Do not tell anyone. My child, I am speaking to you in a way your soul can hear, in the hush between your breaths, in the warm current moving through your chest as you read. I have seen your nights. I have counted the thoughts that flicker like sparrows at the edge of your window. I have watched you rehearse conversations that never happened and replay scenes you wished had ended differently. I know the ache that sits just under your ribs. I know the prayer you do not say aloud because you have convinced yourself it is too fragile to be held by a world so careless. Tonight I hold it. I hold you. And I will not let you fall. Do not skip this. I have placed a lamp at the threshold of a secret because it is time for you to see without trembling. Your soulmate's hidden truth is ready to be revealed. You have sensed pieces of it scatter around you like petals in a restless wind, glimpses in dreams, names in passing, a strange warmth in your palms when you touch a certain object, a surge in your pulse near a certain date, a whisper that says wait when everything else says run. You were not imagining this. Heaven has been speaking in the dialect of your heart, and nothing was wasted. There are seasons when delay is a mercy dressed as silence. The love that belongs to you was not denied, it was distilled. What you call waiting, I call weaving. I was weaving a stronger thread between you and the one chosen for your spirit. The hidden truth is that your soulmate has been carrying a burden they could not confess, a knot tied long before your paths nearly brushed. It was a promise they once made out of fear, an agreement with a shadow, a loyalty to a voice that told them to shrink rather than rise. It has taken time for their courage to become louder than their guilt, for their honesty to become heavier than their secrets. When you felt them pull back, it was not because you were unworthy, it was because their darkness had not yet found a door. I have made that door. Listen, child. You were guided to release what was not yours to heal, and you obeyed even when it made you feel foolish and alone. When you stopped begging for scraps of affection, you did not lose love, you made room for it to come whole. I saw the way you learned to feed your hunger with peace rather than panic, to sit with the ache without calling it an enemy. Each time you chose dignity instead of chasing, heaven took note. Angels built a wall around your value. What seemed like abandonment was preservation. Now hear what is about to unfold. Your soulmate has awakened to the truth that their life has been organized around avoiding the very love that would save them. They have carried your name like a lit coal in their chest, burning enough to remind them, burning enough to hurt when ignored. I have entered their nights. I have taken away the appetite for shallow comfort and replaced it with a thirst for what is real. That is why you feel a pull. That is why your dreams have returned, vivid and tender, showing hands that almost touch and lips that almost speak. Do not dismiss this as wishful thinking. The veil is thinning because it must. There is a message you need now, you are not behind. Your timeline has never been late. The detours were training grounds in disguise, and your soul learned to hear my footstep in the hallway even when the lock refused to turn. The hidden truth about your soulmate is also the hidden truth about you. You were designed to be met in your wholeness, not discovered in your fragments. I have guarded your softness, because your softness is an altar where courage comes to kneel. I will not let anyone worship there who does not first wash their hands in honesty. Do not tell anyone. Not yet. Do not throw this seed into the noisy market of opinions. I am placing it in the soil of your silence, and you will see shoots soon. Keep your counsel. Guard your joy. Secrets of heaven are harmed by casual tongues. I am not asking you to hide, I am teaching you to carry sacredness properly. The next moves must be made with reverence, not spectacle. There is a confession rising in your soulmate like dawn. It will begin in small ways, an unprompted apology for something you thought they never noticed, a correction of a story they once told to save face, a question that proves they have been listening in the places you assumed they were absent. These are not crumbs. These are keys. They will acknowledge the pattern that kept them away and the fear that kept them small. Do not gloat. Do not punish. A holy conversation is not a courtroom, it is a bridge. You will feel my presence on the boards beneath your feet. You will not fall. To prepare you, I am removing the last residues of unworthiness that cling like dust to the corners of your mind. If you feel waves of tenderness wash over you for no reason, that is me scrubbing. If you cry without being able to name why, that is me loosening old knots. If you wake with a soft certainty that you are beloved before you perform anything, that is me rewriting the original sentence. This is not simply romance. This is restoration. Love, in my kingdom, is not a performance or a prize, it is an assignment that becomes a home. Your soulmate's hidden truth also carries a practical shape. There is a decision they delayed because it threatened a fragile peace built on compromise. That decision is being made now, and it shifts the ground in their house, their work, their loyalties. Do not be frightened when you hear of endings around them. Endings are not funerals, they are harvests of honesty. When they tell you, listen more than you speak. Ask me for timing. I will place my hand on your shoulder when it is time to answer, and my hand will be the warmth you cannot ignore. You have asked for a sign that cannot be counterfeited. I give you 3. First, a sentence spoken to you will include a specific image you recently dreamed but never shared, something about a window flickering with blue light, or the sound of rain inside a room. When you hear it, know I am threading your paths under my supervision. Second, you will notice a small, unexpected kindness from a stranger on a day you felt especially fragile, someone holding a door a beat longer than necessary, someone paying for a small item before you can reach your wallet. Receive it as a rehearsal for how ease enters when you no longer argue with your worth. Third, there will be a pause in your heart, a sacred hush, right before a message arrives. This pause will feel like a breath held by the whole room. That is the moment the bridge touches both shores. Archangel Michael stands beside you with a sword that does not spill blood but cuts away lies. He says again, I order you to open this right now, because what follows requires your agreement. Say yes in your spirit. Say yes to releasing the old story that love must be earned through suffering. Say yes to believing that your gentleness is not a liability but a lighthouse. Say yes to boundaries that keep wolves honest. Say yes to joy that does not apologize for itself. Your yes is the latch lifting. Your yes is the bell that tells the house you are home. There are still whispers around you, voices that prefer you single, voices that call any tenderness a trap, voices that profit from your loneliness. I am silencing them. I am not angry with them, I am bored. They repeat the same fear-worn arguments and dress them in new fashions. I will not allow their cynicism to stain this unfolding. If they test you, bless them with your quiet and walk on. If they insist, I will move them to a distance where they cannot reach your windows. The truth you are about to hear will include specific words you longed for. I was afraid. You did nothing wrong. I kept choosing the safe pain I already knew instead of the unknown healing your presence offered. Do not let pride intercept this moment. I am not humiliating you or them. I am dismantling the machinery that kept you both apart while convincing you it was protection. Pride wants applause. Love wants accuracy. Choose accuracy. It will set both of you free. I am also preparing logistics, because holy love lands in real calendars and real rooms. There will be a conversation in a place that feels ordinary, near a doorway, near a parked car, near a small table, because heaven enjoys surprising the ordinary with glory. The light will look different at that hour. You will notice the angle of it, as if the sun briefly remembered your name. Do not make it mystical in your speech. Let it be simple, and let the simplicity carry the weight. Your soulmate's eyes will soften. Your shoulders will drop. You will both feel the same relief at the same time, and you will know I did that. Do not tell anyone. Not yet. Guard the spark until it becomes a flame that can warm without being blown out by careless news. I will give you the moment to share, and when it comes, it will feel like a gift rather than an announcement. Until then, keep feeding the fire with truth. Speak kindly about one another in rooms where neither of you is present. Refuse to rehearse the worst. Refuse to consult old versions of yourselves for advice. Nothing is more misleading than yesterday trying to write tomorrow. Forgiveness will be part of this blessing. You will forgive the delays, the dodging, the half-answers. They will forgive your sharpness on the days you were tired of being patient. You will both forgive yourselves for believing that damage was destiny. Forgiveness is not forgetfulness, forgiveness is fitness. It strengthens what is worthy to carry forward. Carry forward tenderness. Carry forward learning. Leave behind dramatics that ask attention to do what only presence can accomplish. My child, I am not interested in giving you a performance that wows you for a weekend and abandons you by Monday. I am building a steady table where you will break bread with the one whose breath matches yours in rhythm when the room grows quiet. I am giving you conversation that does not compete but completes. I am giving you a touch that does not ask your nervous system to choose between love and safety. I am giving you laughter that repairs small cracks you did not know were there. I am not promising a life without challenges. I am promising a partnership where challenges are ladders, not pits. Your dreams will sharpen. You will receive instruction about simple acts that welcome this union. Put flowers in water without waiting for the perfect vase. Write a note and leave it where your own eyes will find it first. Choose a color to wear that reminds your skin it was designed for sunlight. Cook a meal that smells like home. Step outside and let the night confirm that you belong to a sky too. These are not superstitions, these are agreements with life. Make them. Let everything in you agree with being cherished. There is a healing for your voice. You have swallowed words to keep peace, and your throat learned to hold thunder quietly. I am loosening it. Your words will come warm and measured, not to win but to reveal. When you speak to your soulmate, speak from the center, not from the fear of losing them or the pride of finally being right. Speak because you honor what I am doing. Speak as if the room is holy, because it is. Archangel Michael surrounds your home tonight. He stations light at your corners and crosses your threshold with blessing. He is placing a seal on this revelation. The seal says, "Do not counterfeit." No imitation, no urgent distraction, no seductive echo will be allowed to impersonate this love. If something shows up clamoring and chaotic, let it pass. If something approaches proud of its urgency but poor in peace, let it pass. The true thing I am sending will not beg for belief, it will breathe and you will recognize it. Do not try to skip this. I am instructing your body to relax its old alarms. Joy is not an ambush here, joy is a guest you invited long ago. Watch how your shoulders remember their original posture. Watch how your jaw unclenches at the mention of their name. Watch how the mirror becomes kinder because you are no longer auditioning for affection, you are receiving it. I am also reconciling time. Regret will attempt to speak, but I am not giving it a microphone. What you call wasted years have been compost for wisdom. You will find in conversation that you both learned the right lessons on separate roads. The hidden truth is that even distance can be a servant to destiny when I am the one writing. When you meet again with clarity, you will feel the dignity of two people who chose growth over drama, truth over convenience, depth over distraction. This is the gift, to be ready at the same time. I will place a softness in the hours surrounding your meeting. Do not crowd those hours with unnecessary appointments. Keep some margin so that when peace arrives you have somewhere to set it down. You will be tempted to say too much at once. Breathe. Let the moment be a candle, not a wildfire. The flames that burn quickest are often the first to go dark. I am teaching you endurance. You will glow. Tonight, I whisper a final instruction and a promise. The instruction: keep clean hands and a warm heart. Clean hands do not mean flawless behavior, they mean you release manipulation and choose honesty even when it shakes. A warm heart means you refuse cynicism as a lifestyle and tenderness as a liability. Hold to this, and the path will feel level beneath you. The promise: you will not be ashamed for hoping. You will not be embarrassed for believing. You will not be made a fool for loving well. I vindicate those who trust me with what they cannot control, and I am not late. Your soulmate's hidden truth is no longer a rumor. It is about to become a testimony. You will watch as they bring their truth into the light with both hands, not to impress you but to honor what I am doing. When they do, do not shrink. Receive. A gift is diminished by suspicion. You may ask questions later, for now let grace set the table. There will be time for details. There will be time for laughter at how fiercely you both tried to outrun joy. There will be time for plans that honor the future. For now, let relief sing. Archangel Michael says again, I order you to open this right now, and you have obeyed. Keep this word in the quiet place of your chest. Tend it like a secret garden. I will water it with moments that confirm what I have spoken. I will keep watch while you sleep. I will place courage in your spine and sweetness on your tongue. I will give you favor with the right eyes and invisibility